Good day, viewers. This video is hosted to you by the grade 11 STEM students of Wawin National School of Excellence. Under the theme Energy and Environment, our group have been given this unique bioproduct called biochar to work on. I, Kulangi Gideon, as a representative of my colleagues, will go through with you the different aspects that we have considered to come up with a biochar product, such as the materials we've used, the steps that we have taken, and the prototype we have built to come up with a biochar product. Biochar is actually a charcoal produced from baking dry plant matter in a biochar producing chamber, which can be used to enhance soil fertility and moisture. So, from our analysis in the design thinking process about the aspects of our community, we have found out that the main problem that can be solved with our biochar is with the low fertility of the land, and how it has affected the well-being of the students in the school in terms of vegetable consumption. Our product of biochar can solve the problem by increasing soil fertility. Our biochar product as a soil fertilizer can sustain the 3 UN development goals, which include zero hunger, no poverty, and good health and well-being. Like for instance, on the local communities, it can make farming land fertile enough for the community dwellers to grow their own crops to sell for cash and consumption. And on the national level, it can be used in large-scale plantations such as oil palm plantations and coffee plantations for mass production, which our country can export for money. On the international level, other poor countries such as those in Africa can use the biochar as a fertilizer to enhance their soil fertility and moisture for more crop production. We have seen that there are lots of potential areas where our biochar can be used. We have concentrated our distribution of biochar to boarding schools, health institutions, subsistence farmers, as well as small-scale cash crop farmers. Since our biochar will be cheap for them to obtain, unlike conventional fertilizers. They can also build their own apparatus to produce biochar, just like we did using our mathematical skills with physics, chemistry, and engineering knowledge. What makes it so amazing is that not only it can increase soil fertility well, but it can also reduce global warming. If we want to eradicate global warming and reduce poverty, we must look deeply into the production of biochar. So I've already gone through with you the application of the product. So now we're going to go into the process that we take to produce the product and the components of the biochar producing apparatus that we use to come up with the product. So firstly, this is the schematic diagram of the biochar producing chamber. So as you can see, the real design as a chimney, which is a metal pipe here that can be used as both the chimney and its base can be connected to the bottom of the drum that can channel the heat through the drum. So we have the metal pipe is about 6 centimeter in diameter and is about 2 meter in length. It's about 2 meter in length. So it is about 12 holes are drilled into the bottom here just to dissipate the heat that is channeled through the pipe into the chamber here, the chamber drum. The chamber or the drum here, metal drum here is made from the 44-gallon drum, which has a diameter of 6.5 centimeter and a volume of about 265 liters. So we have the other parts include the insulator, which may trap the heat and hold the heat for a while in the drum, so that the dry plants that we put into the drum is baked properly. So we have the metal rack here, which holds the wood, and we have the air inlet, which lets in oxygen for the combustion for the wood to produce it, and we have the mud and the clay here just to trap in the heat. So that's all the product, all the working main components that are integrated to come up with the biochar producing apparatus. So here we have the prototype of the actual biochar producing apparatus. So explaining from the base to the chimney, let's see the base. Let's start from the base. So the base we have the bricks which can be 12 bricks. So the bricks have in between them the metal rack. The metal rack holds the firewood which will burn to produce the heat needed to bake the dry plant matters that are placed in the drum. So here the other two bricks are up here to show that there's space in between to let the pipe which extends out here to give it enough space for the heat to go in. So now the dry plant matter can be placed into the drum. In the actual plant, they must be the actual biochar producing apparatus. They must be of equal length and of course equal size as well, so that they don't take much space. So after that, the lids are closed very tightly. From going into the chamber, the gaps here are pasted with mud just to seal off the air. The mud is placed. After the mud is pasted, the the firewood under the base of the drum is ignited using it can be used using ash with vegetable oil, which can be dipped in a vegetable oil to properly ignite or to efficiently ignite at the base of the drum. So after the woods are being ignited, the gaps up here provide enough space for the oxygen to combust, to help in the combustion of these woods to produce much heat. So after the fire is ignited and the heat is produced, if the heat at about 400 to 700 degrees Celsius, it's channeled up the metal pipe here. So this heat, it can be used to bake the dry plant components or metals, like the metals that are in the drum here. So after the fire has died out, which may be up to 30 minutes or to 40 minutes or so. So after that, you can just easily remove the drum out from exit somewhere else cooler. So that after it is cooled, you can just remove the lid here. You can just remove and just collect the biochars which are here. Okay. And these biochars can then be stored or can then be directly used, in which way you prefer. So this is what actually happens in the real biochar producing apparatus and the processes as well which happens in that. So if you want to into how the biochar are produced, you can go watch YouTube videos or so to enhance your understanding about this apparatus and that. With that, we have come to the end of our video, and we hope that you have a safe day ahead.